Yes, we will start. We will start.
Yeah. Very good afternoon. Today's second session speaker, Mr. Philip V. Varughese, the Vice President and Global Lead for Cyber Defense and Applied Intelligence at Accenture Technology, Bengaluru. Sir will going to speak on adoption of artificial intelligence in industries and its use cases. Probably we know very well that artificial intelligence and industry are completely interrelated. Artificial intelligence as the simulation of human intelligence by machines, particularly as constructed by computer systems. Many processes of human cognition and reasoning can be simulated by computer coding and by developing of logarithms that carry out the task independently of their base programming. We know very well about Industry 4.0, denotes fourth industrial revolution. This is the latest step in human progress where artificial intelligence system coordinating in production industries. Now, I request Dr. Rashmi to introduce Philip Varughese. Rashmi?
Good morning, everybody. Okay, sir. Good morning, everybody. And I heartily welcome you all to the second technical session, Adoption of Artificial Intelligence. It's my privilege to welcome the chief guest, Dr. Philip Varughese, sir. Philip, sir, is graduate in mathematics, also holds Master of Philosophy in Mathematics and Diploma in Computer Application. He is an invited keynote speaker in more than 400 national and international conferences. Sir, currently he serves as the Vice President and Global Lead Cyber Defense and Applied Intelligence at Accenture Technology, Bangalore. Prior to his current role, he was the co-founder and CEO of Detom Informatics Private Limited. He has more than 70 years of rich and extensive cross-functional experience and expertise in the field of analytics, artificial intelligence, cyber intelligence, future living system, digital transformation, so on. I hope today our participants will be able to seek more practical knowledge from your thoughts, sir. So now I will hand over this session to Dr. Philip V. Varughese, sir. Over to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Rashmi ma'am. Good afternoon, one and all. I hope you are able to hear me well.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Great, excellent. So first of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Miles Organization as well as the university to invite me to share my knowledge with all of you. Thank you so much for that. And secondly, thank you again for taking time out for joining the session in the noon time. I know that it's an odd time that we are going to spend probably nearly a couple of hours together, right? So thank you for taking time out and joining this session. Before I start, let me share my screen and then we can start. So if you could just confirm that you are able to see my screen, that would be great.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So I will be taking session for 2 days, today and tomorrow. In 2 days, what we are going to see is that how analytics and artificial intelligence is completely transforming the world, and what kind of opportunities and challenges this new exponential technology is really bringing to the world. How do we really prepare ourselves and our students for being relevant in this future AI-driven organizations? That's what we are going to see. In my session, probably 90-95% of the session is completely going to cover a lot of examples, industry use cases and case studies. So I just have a small disclaimer that all the examples, all the case studies, everything that I'm going to share today and tomorrow is completely available completely based on my personal knowledge, experience, and expertise, and also based on the research what I do. And all this information is available in the public domain. So this has nothing to do with any of my current or past organization, and I am here at my personal capacity. So 2-day sessions. In the first day, that means today, what we will see exactly, we will see how in different industries artificial intelligence is being adopted, how it is being integrated, how it is being leveraged, what kind of use cases, what kind of benefits, what kind of transformation is bringing, what kind of opportunities these are bringing to the organization. That we will see the first day. Tomorrow we will see with a couple of specific industries how AI and analytics being adopted in a slightly detailed way, and also we'll see how they are implementing. A bit of technical session at a very high level. I'm sure that all of you know the technical aspects of this, but still just to show you how typically larger organizations implement this analytics AI solutions, what kind of technology frameworks are there, how the adoption, what kind of approach, what kind of blueprint they take when they implement these kind of AI based solutions. And obviously from a student's point of view, what are the key things that are relevant for them, what kind of roles are there, and how do we really help the students to prepare for those kind of opportunities. So those are the things which I'm going to cover from today's and tomorrow's session. I hope this would give a very good insight. Please feel free to share your thoughts. If you have a question, please raise your hand and you can ask. You can unmute yourself and ask, or you can put it in the chat window. I am also learning, in this area. It is a big ocean. As you know, that analytics and AI is a very big ocean. This is a very big area. It is evolving. I am into this area for 17 years, but still I consider myself as a student because I still could scratch the surface of this analytics and AI. So whatever I learned, I'm going to share with you. So I hope the session is going to be interesting. I'm going to use a lot of interactive examples, videos, etc., to give you more realistic understanding of the analytics and AI and its adoption. I hope this is okay. So this is about me. You heard about me in detail. I'm just to say some bandwidth for all of you. I'm not coming to the video. I love sharing my knowledge because it is the need of the hour. We all are from the same group of educators where we are sharing our knowledge and expertise to build a future workforce, right? So I love sharing my knowledge. So today, if you look at the knowledge sharing, right, and the education, it's all about building skills, right? But based on the World Economics Forum research and based on the transformation that is happening across the world, the traditional skills are getting less important and there is a huge need of new skills. Now, traditional skills, reading, writing, mathematics, reasoning, memory, verbal, and so on, right? Maybe mechanical, engineering, or teaching. So you had differentiated or different tracks and channels where you could build a skill for one area and then you can build a career. That's how the traditional job opportunities, the traditional job tracks, traditional requirements, etc. If you have skill in one area, then you will be getting a job and you can build a career, right? Whether it's a teacher or a medical professional or a mechanical engineer or a civil engineer and so on. And those career opportunities required only a certain set of skills. And it was really narrow to that particular job requirement. So for example, a teacher didn't have to understand computer or didn't have to learn how to operate computers, how to surf internet long time back. When I was a student, a long time, 20 years back, at that point of time, I didn't see any teacher going and surfing through the internet to teach us, or they had to learn any technology to deliver teaching. Similarly, a nurse, for example, or a lawyer, for example, they didn't have to use computers. But maximum that what they had to do is how to operate a mobile phone or a phone, normal phone. That's what the technical expertise they. Otherwise, some for a healthcare they need to operate some ECG machine or some similar machines, not about computers and technology systems. So the traditional skills are coming down, and irrespective of the factor, irrespective of the matter, that whether we are a student or a teacher or a lawyer or a nurse or an engineer or a pharmacist, today all of us have to really have new age skills. So what are those new age skills? Obviously, technology is one of the fundamental foundational skill. In addition to the technical skill, the technological skill, there are a few other skills that is required, irrespective of the domain, irrespective of the industry, irrespective of the region. So those are the future outlook, skills outlook shared by the World Economic Forum from 2022 onwards, or even right from onwards. People need a lot of additional skills, irrespective of their domain skills. Skills such as analytical thinking and innovation mindset. So people have to be analytical thinking skills, irrespective of the domain. People should be problem solvers. People should have leadership skills. So in a traditional organization, when we talk about leadership, leadership is considered as CEO, COO, Chief Operating Officer, Chief Marketing Officer, and so on. But today, gone are the days where how they call leadership. The leadership is a trait that has to be delivered, demonstrated by even a trainee today. Even a trainee candidate should have leadership skills today. Emotional intelligence, problem solving skills, creativity, technology designing and programming, system analysis. So these are some of the key skills that is required by anybody and everybody today, irrespective whether you are a CEO or a trainee or a manager or a student. And even for that matter, even for teachers like us, it is a matter of importance. And one of the most important skill is continuous learning. Whether we are a teacher or a student or a professional or a senior executive, doesn't matter. We have to continuously learn. So these are some of the new age skills out there that is required for to be relevant in this today's age. Now, the overall session, what we are going to see is completely analytics and AI, but these skills are extremely important for people who wanted to build a career in analytics and AI. That's why I am sharing this. You may be wondering, why do we need to talk about future skills, right? But these are some of the skills that is extremely important, relevant for building a career in AI and building an expertise also in analytics and AI. Now, before we get into analytics and AI, we need to understand why analytics and AI is important, the purpose, the context. Because if you know the purpose and the context, it will be very, very easy for you to understand why we need to learn about analytics and AI. Okay. You will see the purpose and the context coming in bits and pieces throughout this presentation, so that you will be able to easily understand, okay, this is why we need analytics, and this is why companies are adopting artificial intelligence, and these are the benefits. So you will be able to understand that, and I will be continuously sharing this context. Now, there are so many global research companies. Standard & Poor is a global research company. So McKinsey is a global research company. There are so many global research companies and development. Based on the research, one of the researchers, they come back with a kind of research report, especially the global organizations list, the top companies in the world. S&P 500 is such a list, the top 500. So there are so many companies released there. Fortune 500 company list, right? The Fortune 500 is the list of top 500 companies researched by Fortune and made them as the top 500 companies, like that. S&P is a similar list where the top 500 companies. Now, based on the S&P's research, these companies' average life cycle, that means if a company is a very large company, they will be there in the market for at an average of minimum 60-61 years. That is what the research they found out. And today, those companies can survive only 18 years. These very, very large companies. But I can tell you from my personal experience, whether a large company or a small company, At an average, a company can survive today is maximum of 18 months. In 18 months, the companies can be shut down. If they don't innovate themselves, if they don't change their business model, if they don't bring in new products and services, these companies can be shut down. Now, McKinsey believes that, or based on the research by McKinsey, the 75% of the top S&P 500 companies, that means nearly 350 companies which we see as global companies, will be shutting down in the next 5 years. That's what McKinsey says. The research report is available in the public, you can verify. But what does it mean? These global companies are new skills are required by